large percentage of Americans are constipated. We're going to fire up Instagram as well. Okay, gentlemen, we're going to talk about constipation today. Not only the colon, health is wealth. You've got a large percentage of Americans that are constipated. The food supply in America has been tampered with. It's been polluted. It's been poisoned. It's well documented. It's in the news if you're paying attention, or at least on the internet news. And if I'm a journalist worth my salt, I'm reporting live from planet Earth. This is how you clean up. At 60 years old, I've specialized in cleanse and detox for the past 35 years. Many of you guys know I was a Versace model sitting in Milan, Italy, in the fashion industry in the 90s, and I had my own digestive issues. And from there, I was able to go down to the English bookstore, to books, and start reading about real food. Food is medicine, etc. Got into fasting, herbal medicine, juice cleansing, and that was 35 years ago, and I've been doing it ever since. So drop a comment in the box. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Carrie, my business partner Carrie, will be handling the spring cleanse. And so I'm going to drop her number right here, and you can text her, and she will get back to you. Put it right here in the show notes for spring cleanse. Bammo. Okay. There we go. We're going to pin that to the top. And so she'll be coordinating the group cleanse with everyone. Feel free to text her and her and on the phone with you and answer any questions that you have. Everything's 100% satisfaction guarantee. First wanted to start out with constipation because a big part of my problem was bloating and constipation, IBS, Crohn's, vaccine injury, antibiotic overuse, or just plain use, right, of antibiotics. That will destroy the gut microbiome. And then we have, what else do we have that's problematic? We have glyphosate, herbicides, pesticides. These destroy the gut microbiome. And so what we're going to talk about here today is heavy metal detox, parasite flushing, as well as cleaning out the kidneys, liver, and colon. Is first up, it is where you take out the garbage. Texas house, I see that. Go ahead and drop a comment in the box. Colorado, over here on YouTube. Brady Breathes in the house. Good to see him. He's at my Sunday Silent Sit here in Phoenix. We meditate every week at 8 a.m. on Sunday. So constipation, really getting the garbage can, taking out the garbage, flushing system, because you can get diverticulitis, polyps. They can develop into polyps that can develop into tumors and cancerous materials. And you don't want that, right? You want a clean body, you want a clean energy field as much as possible. And so I've been practicing the cleanse and detox for the past 35 years. Everything that I've learned, I'm going to boil down into this video right here. So I'm going to give you my one for getting the colon moving, peristalsis function, and really flushing it. My number one go-to is Dr. Schultz Intestinal Formula number 1. This will get it moving no matter what. It's you can take it for long periods of time. It's not habit forming, and it works like a charm. I've been utilizing this product for the past 25 years. Dr. Schultz was in LA, American Botanical Pharmacy on Glencoe. You can go and pick up some of their reps about it. I also do his liver flush once a year. And so, and if you guys have any specific questions, there's a question mark icon in Instagram. You can drop it there. Number 2, I've been using recently. These are Ubashi plums. I found this at Interdependence in Sedona. These are fermented plums, and these have a powerful effect on your 36 feet of intestines. When I get people on the ultimate lifestyle transformation, which is what I've been working with for the last years. This is everything you need for an organic juice cleanse, organic foods, wheatgrass, and spirulina. This comes with the liquid sunshine as well as the parasite herbs. If you don't have anything on hand, you can get real Celtic sea salt, any high quality salt, 2 teaspoons of salt in a quart of warm water. Just pour it right in first thing in the morning, and this will evacuate your 30 intestines. So 3 very powerful tools. You can find this at shareswiss.com. This looks like it's a product from Switzerland. Like these, you only need to eat half of it and save the other half for next day. Somebody says, what about fermented cabbage? Yes. Kimchi, sauerkraut, fermented vegetables, on point. All indigenous use these to help heal and seal the gut. And so we're constantly working on the gut because of the environmental pollution, the chemtrails. These are a big deal. You've got people shedding from the vaccine, which has graphene oxide contaminants, self-assembling nanotechnology. And so, yeah, here's the bag. This is shareswiss.com. These things work like a charm. And I recommend having these in your apothecary, right? Just having a house full of good herbs that work for the body. And then finally, the Super Cleanse R, which comes in the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. This has all the parasite herbs, black walnut hull, organic marshmallow root to seal the gut, intestinal lining, wormwood, clove, amalaki fruit, cascara sagrada, and senna leaf, which helps to stimulate function. And so cleaning out the gut, cleaning out the poop chute is step number 1, making sure that is functioning on any kind of cleanse or detox that you're doing, making sure that the colon is working. Next, we have this all comes in the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation, what I'm going to cover now. And then we'll cover the heavy metal detox. And so we'll bring this over. We've got Power Shake, which is the sunshine. This is organic wheatgrass and spirulina. We dehydrate it on our farms. Greens transmute radiation and clearity out of the body. There's only 2 things you're doing at the cellular level, and not taking in nutrition and expelling waste. Ones and zeros. The same nutrition that you're eating should be assisting the body in the detoxification process, and greens are excellent for doing that. Alfalfa, activated barley, spirulina, carrot juice, and wheatgrass. So superfoods to nourish the body. So doing a fast can be, it depends on where you're at in your fasting period, but most people in today's world need nourishment. They need nutrition. And we grow this on volcanic ash beds in Utah, very far away from the centers, so no industrial waste and extra toxicity. It's in our environment. It's all over the place. And so I do this at least twice a year, and it comes with the Super Amino 23. The Super Amino 23 makes this the only organic metabolic cleanse on the market. You can build muscle on this cleanse. So this is how I maintain my lean muscle mass for the last 13 years. I eat nutrients, of course, as well, but most days I am fasting or calorie restricted fasting on the organic Purium superfoods. And the Super Amino 23 I take every day, 5 of these and a Power Shake, a liquid, and that's a meal replacement off to the gym or post workout. Then we have the Biomedic, the only super probiotic proven to pull the glyphosate out of the tissue. Biomedic. And so it reduces C-reactive protein reduces C-reactive protein, which is an inflammatory marker, by 75% in 6 weeks. And so it's excellent. I've interviewed quite a few women who have children on the spectrum, and this gets them much more clear speaking, from not speaking to speaking, etc. Everyone's so different, so we're not going to sit there and make guarantees. However, if you want to heal the gut and get the body clean, the Biomedic to get the glyphosate out of the tissue is very important. And so, The next product we have, it's not here, but it's Sleep Nightly, and it helps you sleep and repair on the cleanse. So it helps in the detoxification processes. Everything comes in this kit. It's about $13 a day, $364 door. If you want my coaching, that's something extra. However, Carrie is putting together a group cleanse. You can text her on the number here. It's 310-901-4666. 310-901-4666. Text her. If you're serious about the cleanse, if you're not serious, you're just kicking the tires, just click on my website. You can read about it there. You can also get my detoxification program. Happy to offer that to anyone who gets the cleanse tonight. You get the cleanse tonight, we will give you my whole detox program, which goes over the 5 detoxification urination, defecation, exfoliation, perspiration, and respiration. And we go over that in great detail. So ultimate lifestyle transformation, at least twice a year. I live on this daily, last 13 years. So that is the main component of the cleanse, the ultimate lifestyle transformation. You can try some of the herbs that I talked about earlier or the fermenters to help with the poop chute. The colon is very important to moving. You can also do the saltwater flush. This is going to cost you about 2 cents. Intestinal formula number 1 is probably like $30, $40 delivered to your door. This is for cleaning out the colon. And then the super cleanse R, which is the parasite herbs. You want to flush the parasites out a couple of times a year. And parasites are Mother Nature's garbage cleaners. And because of all the heavy metals in our environment, you know, a lot of people have parasite infestation. So the idea to get into heavy metal detox, and that's what we're going to talk about right now. It's these products right over here. The first one is the Aqua Vibrance. And so the Aqua Vibrance helps to structure water, right? I definitely recommend that you get at least reverse osmosis, clean water. However, product, if you don't have clean water and you just have tap water, you can drop a drop in there for each ounce of water that you have. So for example, something full like this, you put 32 drops in there. And it helps it taste like spring water. And here's all the stuff. So it's a mineral infusion. It adds essential sulfated minerals for optimal hydration and cellular support. Enhanced we're electromagnetic beings. That's why it's essential to have minerals, and the heavy metals are going to mess up your conductivity. So enhanced conductivity improves the body's ability to transport electrolytes and energy. That's what, you know, people are like, yeah, what's Troy on? You know, he's on the butthole sunning and urine. Well, all that helps, right? It helps me channel the energy, right? Grounding, nature, breath work, strength training, all that stuff gives me energy, right? And I have the proper nutrients and minerals in my body to conduct that energy. So it reduces surface tension, mimics the structure of natural spring water, making it easier for the cells to absorb the actual hydrogen. And so somebody said, I just received my pineal gland detox and we'll start tonight. Yeah, you can always add, look, my superfood store has, I think, 50 products on it. You can always add more, but I'm trying to simplify it. The ultimate lifestyle transformation right here will take care of all your needs. You do a saltwater flush on day 1, 5, and 10, and you'll feel like a spring chicken. You'll feel and look like a spring chicken. But the pineal clear is excellent. This is the shilajit and the haritaki, Indian herb for the brain. It tastes extremely, but it's very effective for dreams and clear-mindedness. And remember, guys, I'm 60 this year, and I've been practicing cleanse and detox for the past 35 years. I've been doing juice cleanses, liver flushes, parasite detox 3 to 4 times a year for the past 35 years. So this is from my business partner that wrote this. He says, we suspect and hope to prove through scientific analysis, and this is the Aqua Vibrance, So, and you're mostly water. So if this cleans the drinking water, it also cleans the water of your body, right? And this is part of our heavy metal detox as well. We suspect and hope to prove through scientific analysis that these gaseous compounds like chlorine, fluoride, and chlorine, which are trapped as in our water, can be fluctuated out. Meaning they can be released into the air as vapor and taken out of your water. But this has not yet been proven. So they're working on the scientific research on this product. And if you want your water to taste great and detoxify waters of your body, Aqua Vibrance for the heavy metal detox. The next one is ionic elements. I've been taking this product for years. This is the best humic and fulvic acid bioavailable I have found in the market. And so I take this daily for about the last 20 years. Humic and fulvic acids chelate heavy metals out of the body. Then I add the cracked chlorella. Cracked chlorella. You want chelators and binders to take these heavy metals out of the body. And so cracked cell chlorella, excellent product right here. And then finally, we've got the aloe vera, but again, this is not part of the heavy metal detox. But if I was my body, I'd have this. Aloe vera is the #1 revered herb from the Native Americans, both externally and internally, and it's an excellent way to heal and seal the gut. So aloe 40 times concentrate. This is extremely strong. And then fulvic zeolite. These aren't like anything else on the market. These are fulvic zeolites, and so very powerful. And so there's many ways to skin a cat. I also do Epsom salts, borax, and baking soda baths, and that's advanced, and that's all in my detox program. I give it to you when you order the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation for the Spring Cleanse. If you want the Spring Cleanse, Carrie is directing it. You can text her at the number 310-901-4666. And so, but only text her if you're serious, right? And so, and everything's 100% satisfaction guaranteed. I've been working with this program for the past 13 years. I've helped over 65,000 people. All right, now to answer your questions, heavy metal detox and the spring cleanse. All right, seconds of cyberspace. Watching from Switzerland, just woke up as the moon was shining right into my bedroom. Glad to catch you live. Yeah, these plums actually come from Switzerland. These are excellent to flush out intestines, especially when you're taking parasite herbs, get those rope worms out of you. And so they're little plums sealed in this package. I eat half a plum before I go to bed or with dinner, and by the morning it flushes your intestines. It's magic. These things are amazing, and it's enzyme activated, so it feeds all the good bacteria in your body and helps flush the intestines. Big poops, guys, big poops. And so, and everything with the Super Amino 23, it makes this cleanse anabolic. Most cleanses can be very stripping to your lean muscle mass, and these also help to stave off blood sugar imbalances. All right, if you guys got a question, just drop it in the question mark box right here, and I'll do my best to get at it. We're going to share this on Facebook and Instagram later. Heavy metal detox. Okay. So somebody said, add the info on constipation, please. Again, Americans are constipated. The food supply has been tampered with. Most people are plugged up. Once the colon gets plugged up, you can create things like ulcerated colitis. You can have diverticulitis, polyps. Those can develop growths inside your intestines. Colon cancer is on the rise. It's been on the rise for a very long time. Keep everything moving. Take the garbage out regularly. When the colon gets impacted, it backs up into the liver and then the kidneys, and problems can occur. And usually we see people with big bellies. What do you think is in there? Parasites, which is why we have the parasite herbs, clove, walnut, and wormwood, which is where ivermectin is derived. They take it from the wormwood. They synthesize it and they make it into a drug. And we suspect that there is nanotechnology in all drugs these days. So I stay away from synthetics, and I recommend everyone else stay away from synthetics as well. Uh, if you want to be a natural human, because they do want to turn us into silicon-based, moving away from carbon-based. So if you want to stay human, stay away from the commercial conduits, as I've been saying for a long time. So does your body rid the polyps once you have detoxed, remineralized the body? That's a great question. So right now, cleanse and detox is a survival mechanism. It used to be a health protocol, but according to Dr. Dietrich Klinghardt and Dr. Mercola on their podcast in 2021, you can find internet. Cleanse and detox, detoxification. This is a daily practice, right? Getting a skin brush, getting into the sauna, taking hot Epsom salt baths with borax, and utilizing other herbs and minerals to body in its own detoxification processes. I'm big into urine therapy because that's also an amazing tool for signaling your body to release its own peptides, amino acids, hormones to keep you back. And so that's far-fetched for a lot of people. So fine, let's clean out the body with nutrition as we've done for millennia. The apothecary on your table, I have to order one more before they're all gone. Questions? Yes, I am taking questions, Carmichael. Having a hard time with the salt flush. Keep throwing up right after downing it. Did not have a problem 20 years ago. So the salt flush, as well as the oxy powder from Global Healing, Dr. Edward, these things, they work like a charm when they work. Whew, everything comes out. And then sometimes they don't work. So that's why I have many tools in the toolbox. Dr. Schultz intestinal formula #1, great tool. Sometimes I take it at night. Sometimes I take it first thing in the morning. The Cher Swiss plums, the Umbashi plums, very amazing for, you know, very intense enzymes that just go through the intestines and evacuate the whole 36 feet of your intestines, your bowels. And so change it up. Again, the parasite herbs, flushing these through the body a few times a year, a couple times a year is very beneficial. And so, and then doing the heavy metal detox on a regular and constant basis, the ionic elements, humic and fulvic acids, the fulvic zeolites, and the aquavibrants with the cracked chlorella. Chelators and binders for heavy metals, guys. These are age-old tools for heavy metals. And so, so keep working. I've been practicing cleanse and detox for 35 years. And so I'm always working on my intestines, my liver, my kidneys, my blood, getting sunlight, grounding, etc. These are all important things. What I see in the world today is people are treating things like drugs, or they're like, I checked this box, like I did a cleanse in 12. I did a cleanse once upon a time. I do it 3-4 times a year, right? It's a practice. And so people are just looking for that magic pill that's going to solve all their problems. That's why the peptide sold to everyone right now, and people are eating it up. And we're only seeing the tip of the iceberg, the lawsuits from Ozempic. These are synthetic materials that are signaling your body. Your body has these signals inside of them. Food is medicine, as Hippocrates said. So you want to give it the foods that it needs. And herbs are foods. We used to hunt and gather. What were we gathering? Roots, barks, berries, herbs, exactly what I have in these herbal formulas. So get back to nature in as many facets as possible. Everything that we recommend over here at Certified Health Nut is nature-based for the most part, right? With this cleanse, do you still do your urine looping? Well, I'm not a big looper on my urine, and everyone's practice is very different. It's unique to them. It's a biofeedback loop. I've been drinking my morning pee most part for the last 20 years, on and off. I use it topically. Sometimes I drink the fermented urine, and sometimes I do aged urine enemas. And so these are tools in the toolbox. And again, urine therapy is separate from what we're talking about now, but yes, you can still drink your urine on this cleanse. And the urine is excellent for pulling out the weirdo stuff that's now in our environment, the nanotechnology. So next question. If you have a question, there's a question mark icon at the bottom of the gram. How many supramos do you take in a day? I take up to 30 because I interviewed the formulator of this product, Dr. Luca Moretti, and he was at the time, he's probably 80 years old now, but at the time, a few years back, he was 72, and he's like, "Hey, feeling my muscle," and he was explaining, and he was very passionate. And these have been on the market for over 30 years. They're in the physician's desk reference. They're designed from organic, non-soy based legumes. And so he was like, "I feel in my muscle," and he was kind of nerdy and like a little suit, and I was just like, "What the fuck? What kind of muscles this guy got? Fucking rock hard." And I was like, "Oh shit!" And he's like, "I take 30 a day." And I'm like, "Wow, isn't that a little excessive?" And he's like, "Nope, I lift weights and keeps and maintains the lean muscle." So I take at least 5 every morning and have a liquid sunshine power shake, and then I go off to the gym, or I beat this, our pre-workout formula. So anywhere from 5 to 30 super aminos a day, depending on how much muscle I'm stacking and how much strength training I'm doing. So what do you think of the use of creatine for females in their 50s? So there's a lot of information and a lot of hype on creatine right now. I started taking creatine about 30 years ago, 25 years ago. Chiropractor turned me onto it, and I got really big fast. It brings a lot of water to the muscles. It plumps you up and it gives you some strength. Synthetic, so when you go off of it, like steroids, you lose that mass and that strength. So I was on it after my ripped at 50 era. I realized that being ripped, this is like being in your fighting weight. So if you see fighters, they cut weight. And so this was unsustainable. And so I decided to gain a bunch of muscle, get back in the gym and do a lot of and build more muscle moving into my 60s, because sarcopenia, muscle wasting, is real. And I thought I was a little too skinny. So I started taking creatine, and the chiropractor who I initially told me to rotate off of it, and I didn't do that this time, and my kidneys started aching. And if you start looking into um, the creatine literature, it talks about it affecting the kidneys, and everyone's individual, so everyone's different. So if you're going, I've been off creatine for over a year now. If you're going to take creatine, I recommend like 3 months off, 3 months on, 2 months off, that type. And do your research. You can ask your chat GPT to scrape the internet for positive and negative, and look at that, and then get a clean source and take it. There's a lot of garbage on the market. So never forget, there's a lot of garbage, and there's enough poison in the environment with the chemtrails and the food supply and the brake dust and the tire materials. There's so much industrial waste in our environment. So it's important that you don't poison yourself extra. So watch it with the creatine, right? You can do everything naturally with sunlight, grounding, morning red light, um, sauna, ice bath if it's right for you, fasting, juicing, farmer direct, dense nutrition. And so I'm living proof of it, and so are 60,000 of my colleagues at the Czech Institute. Paul Czech, many of his students, my colleagues, Barbero, he stayed with me over the years and been on camera with me. You know him. He helps me in the DMs, and he works with my Purium team. And so this guy's all natural. He doesn't take any drugs, anything. He's just all doped up on strength training and sunlight and nutrition. And he takes the organic superfoods, every day for the last years as well. So, ask a healthy person, ask a natural, healthy person what they do. Because when it comes to hormones and depleted fertility and depleted testosterone, you can signal your own hormones with a natural lifestyle. Just look at my hair growth, right? My skin, my eyes, super clear, everything's super clear. Inflammation's out of my body, practicing what I preach. So I do the cleanse a couple times a year, and I recommend, and I do the heavy metal detox daily for years, keep everything flowing. I with Dr. Edward Group and his program on nanotechnology and synthetic biology. Somebody asked, do you filter your shower water? And the answer is yes. I work with Billy Ozone. He's out of Los Angeles, custom made carbon shower filters from him. Okay. Any advice for someone with type 1 diabetes reverse or taking as little insulin as possible aside from fasting and low carb keto? Well, you sound like many of my other friends with type 1 diabetes. They end up wanting to be off the drugs. However, it's a very challenging situation with that. And so they get into fasting, and they start really fine tuning your diet and lifestyle. And so everything that I preach applies to any healthy, sick man, woman, or child. And so the 9 pillars of health in my book. I'm happy to send a copy to anyone who buys cleanse. I got my detox program. I'll give you that as well. Anybody who does the same cleanse with us can get a copy of this. This has the 9 pillars. You can also download it free off of my website. It should be up on everyone's refrigerator, reminding you the basic fundamental principles that help you biologically, physiologically, and psychologically. They're foundation principles, so you can't have this without that. Body's mostly water, you need pure water. Body sleep, body needs to move. Body breathes thousands of times per day. It's a good idea to optimize your diaphragm and your breathing mechanics. So doing all the lifestyle factors, and then working with someone on that. Usually people that have type 1, they end up being their own coach, testing things. I had a friend that I modeled with many years ago, and he became a big fan of Dr. Schultz's products because he would clean up the kidneys, and he would work on himself constantly to get off the insulin because he could feel it in his body. And most people, if they're sensitive enough, they can feel the drugs that they're taking. And if you're taking drugs, recommend going on the drug manufacturer's website and print out the side effects. And usually the problems that they're trying to get over with a natural lifestyle are being impregnate them with the drugs that they're taking. Okay, next question. Okay. What's best for bloating and inflammation? So get on a heavily rotated diet first and foremost, because you could be the things that can inflame you. Get on an elimination diet, antifungal elimination diet, whatever you want to call it. You can buy the fungal link from Doug Kaufman and read that, or you can just get off gluten, corn, soy, pasteurized dairy. These are the known inflammatory agents: corn, soy, gluten, pasteurized dairy, nuts, grains, and seeds all have phytic acids on them. You can go on a water fast and then reintroduce new foods. Basically, a hunter-gatherer diet is what works with most people, and then you have to rotate everything because they could be feeding the animals corn and soy. And so you have to get the highest quality food possibly can source. And to get rid of bloating and inflammation, do the lifestyle transformation at least twice a year. Get on this product. It's amazing for getting out the inflammation and the bloating. My client loses 25 pounds in the first 30 days, and most of that is inflammation or water weight, right? And so if you're interested in doing the springs with us, text Carrie. The number is pinned here on Instagram. Her phone again for YouTube is 310-901-4666. 310-901-4066. Send Carrie a text message. She'll get back to you in the next couple of days. She just left my house and she's here in Phoenix, and maybe we'll go live with her and we can talk about it as well. And so cleaning out the liver is going to be excellent for bloating and inflammation, because remember, the body can get bogged down by these metabolic processes. And so doing one cleanse is not just check the box, I did that, I tried it, it didn't work. This is a lifestyle. Cleanse and detox lifestyle is imperative with all the toxicity that we're dealing with in the environment, in the modern world, in today's day and age. Brake dust alone, not to mention tire materials from living, you're breathing all that in on a regular and constant basis. So give your body a fighting chance and utilize materials that are naturally going to clean the body up. Greens, naturally detoxified at the cellular level, transmute radiation and take toxicity out of the body. And so that the liquid sunshine is excellent for that. So for bloating and inflammation, do the bowel transformation at least twice a year. And so, and you'll get great results from that. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Can you make a post for the water filters, please? Okay, I will. I'll do that. I've done a lot of water videos, but I'll do one for the shower filters. My stepdad is having prostate issues. Any questions? Well, I like what my mentor, Dr. Schultz, said, and I got some of his herbs earlier. If you're sick, clean the liver. If you broke your leg, clean the liver. Basically, the liver functioning optimally. And because of the pollution that we're dealing with in the world, the industrial waste, our liver gets bogged down. I covered constipation earlier. The constipation in the colon eventually backs up in the liver. The liver has over 900 functions. The bitters are better for the liver, right? The more bitter, the better for the liver. And so any kind of bitter are going to help flush bile secretion through the liver. And so Dr. Schultz's liver cleanse is pretty intense. That's why I recommend the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. This is going to give you the nutrition where your body is automatically get out. And it's got a 10-day intensive juice cleanse in it with the parasite herbs and the herbs to help stimulate peristalsis function. And so, and there's liver flukes in your liver, and these parasites are after those. And so practicing a cleanse and detox lifestyle is part of your holistic lifestyle. Sunlight, grounding, breath optimization, breathing mechanics, postural, your movement. Moving the body is essential for detoxification. Exercise is a necessity, not a luxury, right? Your body needs to move every single day. Recommendations for a female trying to get pregnant. I'm also type 1 diabetic. Lower your stress levels. Start practicing Vipassana meditation. Go sit a 10-day meditation course in silence. And that should help. Also get your partner to do the same. Lower the stress levels. Clean up your diet. Get good sleep. Don't mess around with your sleep. Get phones as much as possible. These things will all help you. Stress summates, and stress affects fertility more than anything. Why? Because the sex hormones or the androgens don't come out and play when you have elevated hormones. Cortisol, adrenaline, and insulin are the primary hormone pathways. And cortisol is driven by adrenaline. And if your insulin is off, that's why nutrition is so important. Again, the lifestyle transformation, not only is it a cleanse, but it's deep daily nutrition. And so when your body has that type of nutrition, then you can deal with external stressors in a much better way. If you have proper nutrition, that will spike the insulin, it'll activate the cortisol, and that's driven by adrenaline. If that happens chronically over time, you will burn out, adrenal exhaustion. And so to get pregnant, lower the stress levels, really, and say your prayers and get into meditation and all that stuff. Vipassana meditation helps with anxiety, depression, modern day fuckery that we're dealing with, the Epstein list, the Diddy part, all the screwball stuff, the fleecing of America, the fraud, the bombing, the genocide, all of that stuff. Just get back to meditation. It's all an inside job, right? That'll lower stress levels as well, guaranteed. Adrenal fatigue is real, Rev Jen Chi says. And so I know because I've suffered from it myself. And a big part of what I teach is all yin, right? I'm very yang. We need balance in life. So I teach a lot of the principles I teach, even to men, is very yin, replenishing, right? That feminine aspect, that nurturing, nourishing aspect. Nutrition is feminine, right? Nourishing. Does the liver cleanse mechanically remove visible gallstones from the liver and gallbladder? Again, if you have gallstones, this is, for me, it's a signal I better clean my shit out, right? And I'm 60. So I learned a long time ago. If I feel sluggish, if my skin feels like shit, I started fasting even when I was using drugs and alcohol. And when I started to look like shit, I did a cleanse like a spring chicken, right? It shows up on your skin, your hair, your nails. It shows up on your how vibrant you are. And so I constantly, for the last 35 years, I've lived a cleanse and detox style. So does the liver cleanse mechanically remove visible? I don't know about mechanically. Gallstones, that's a buildup, excess calculi formations. And so, so you can go deeper. I don't like to confuse people too much, but you can read Hulda Clark's book and do her liver flush, Dr. Schultz's liver flush. If you have these problems, this is a clarion call to assist the organs in its detoxification processes. Otherwise, what you get is exactly what the medical industry has set up. They have created slaves that come and need to go to doctors, and they'll take your organs out. They'll take your gallstone out. They'll take your gallbladder out if it gets too impacted. So you can do the olive oil and Epsom salt flushes. This is stuff, right? And what I recommend, people don't get to the stage to where you have diverticulitis. You have these major problems. Clean your blood, your liver, your kidneys, your colon on a regular and constant basis. You'll look better, you'll feel better, you'll be more present for your children and for the dreams that you want to create. So cleanse and detox absolutely works for clearing out the stagnation of the body. Again, I'm a doctor. I'm not here to treat, cure, or mitigate any kind of dis-ease. And so where you get dis-ease is from nutritional deficiency and toxicity. Nutritional deficiency and toxic buildup is what creates disease. And what we're talking about here is detoxification. We have a spring cleanse coming up. I dropped the for Carrie, who's operating the spring cleanse, the group cleanse for my team. You can text her. She'll get back to you in the next 48 hours or so, and we'll get you squared away. For anyone who gets the ultimate lifestyle transformation and does the cleanse with us, I will give you my detoxification program. It's being sold at $299 right now. I'll give that to you guys for free. Okay. Thoughts on the body plate? I have one in my living room, and I have two professional ones in my gym, and I use it often. The one in my living room doesn't get used very much. The purpose of exercise is to move the lymphatic fluids. So the vibration plate is a hacking tool, right? Walking is the best exercise for the human body, and it will move your lymph and mobilize your lymph for detoxification. Getting into a sauna is very important. Vibration plate, very good tool, right? It jiggles you. Is it good to use for whole body movement? You can do squats on it. You can do push-ups on it. I usually do a lot of stretching on it, and it's kind of a cheat code for a workout. If I'm feeling late, I'll go hit that and then the sauna, and that's enough to get lymph movement, lymph stagnation going. Next question. The flushes I teach remove hundreds of gallstones, so I'm just wondering if this is the same. Uh, this is more gentle, right? If you're looking at a deep gallbladder liver flush, that is more advanced, and that's what you teach. And so, when it comes to water fasting, dry fasting, intense liver flushes, you're on your own. I can make suggestions, but I'm working with uh, that can send them into a Herxheimer reaction and can make them run away from health protocols. And so I'm trying to simplify it. I'm a veteran of cleanse and detox. I do this myself. And so this is going to flood the body with nutrition. If you want to do some advanced stuff and you want to do Epsom salts, high quality olive oil, not all olive oils are the same. You can do, and you do some citrus with that as well. That can flush the gallstones. There's many ways to skin a cat, and so. But again, if I'm just teaching on the internet as opposed to client directly, it's in my best interest to make something available for the every man, the every person that's going to help. Do you recommend any products that ship or are in Australia? Our products are not distributed in Australia. I'm not sure if Dr. Schultz are. You know, each country has their own laws and what you can access. I do. Some people from my team ship this down there. You have to pay for shipping, and it's got to clear customs. That's why the company doesn't do it, because it can get sent back, and or customs can charge extra money. I ordered the Zen cleanse from Thailand, and a lot of people were very impressed with it. I thought it was okay. It's a 1-day cleanse. It has a lot of enzymes. Again, I think these are the best enzymes that I've had. The Share Swiss, the fermented umbashi plum. The Zen cleanse was about $300. DHL sent me a message from customs. They wanted an extra $30 or $40 to deliver it to my door. So it's about price point about $300. I thought the cleanse was definitely okay. It was okay. I don't think it was worth the $300 personally. So I know you can get Dr. Silverflush for under $100. The other materials, the juice and stuff like that, you have to buy on your own, and you have to make the potassium broth. But I do recommend it. Whatever you can get your hands on down there. And so recommend to listen to this man. His knowledge is amazing. Hey, thank you so much. Garrett, the Body MD, this guy has got to be one of the most powerful massage therapists I have ever come across. I was very blessed last year to experience his work, and I had to take 4 Epsom salt baths over the next couple of days afterwards just to get all the lactic and uric acid out of it. And I have done a lot of power massage therapy over the years, and he didn't go into the tissues deep. He did this movement where he rocked me. Big shout out to you, Garrett, because you are a wizard, brother. So the body over here on Instagram, but he was like rocking me, even rocking individual legs, getting everything aligned. And he did that for 2.5 hours or so, and it really moved my tissue. And he works with Mike Tyson and high performance athletes. So if you are fortunate enough to work with him, he's in San Clemente. I highly recommend him, and I highly recommend therapy, manual therapy, when you can get it. My glasses are from Raw Optics. These are the Rick Rubin. They just designed these recently. And they have amazing technology for the blue light and your hormones. I have them for the gym. I have the daytime ones as well. And so big shout out to Optics. They have good technology for blue blockers. And so they help me with my sleep. And also a lot of research on the synthetic lights. They are affecting our skin health. They're affecting us in many ways. So again, get back to nature as much as possible. If you're in synthetic environments, If you're living in the world today, cleanse and detox, do the spring cleanse with my team. I've helped over 65,000 people with this program. If you're a health practitioner, we want to work with you. I'm creating an army of wellness warriors with this company, with this team, working with them for the last 13 years. It's an excellent way to make supplemental income and offer your clients high quality organic nutrients. Most people have garbage on the market, and so they'll be, if you're a health practitioner, the things that your clients are marketed outside of your village are probably going to retard your teachings and not give your clients the results. So lock it up with organic nutrients, offer the nutrients, especially if you're a massage therapist, because if you know anything about the sodium, potassium, magnesium balance, if they're not getting the proper nutrition, the tissues, their body tissues, they'll stay stuck. They'll come back, you'll do your chiropractic adjustment, you'll come back, and they're still the same because they have the good nutrition going into their body. Food is medicine. That's an axiom that's not going away anytime ever. If you want in on the spring cleanse, text Carrie 310-901-466. And so any questions on YouTube? Since you talk a lot about health, wellness, modern issues, and but I think purpose and meaning are the foundation of it all. Yes, this is why I have the Legacy Method program for my advanced students and students that want to evolve spiritually and vitality naturally. I have my Legacy Method, and the foundation of that is purpose, dream, legacy. When you have a dream that's big enough, you don't need a crisis or a disease, etc. And so live a life worth living. That's the Legacy Method. And you can get this in my book, or you can download it from my 9 pillars, and legacy is the first pillar. Having purpose is very important, especially I postulate that having children is enough of a purpose for women, but of course feminism has crept in to the human consciousness with psychological warfare and has divided us in the right and left spheres of the brain. It's confused us. It's divided us in the masculine and the feminine. It's divided the family, etc. But rearing children is job number one. We've adopted this philosophy, and now everybody work. So if you're going to have children, be mindful. And so, yeah, lots to think about. Do you use toe separators? No, but I've been wearing minimalist shoes for at least a decade. I'm a barefoot walker for multiple decades on the beach most of my life. So my feet are pretty spread apart. I got my toes. I'm still working on my pinky toe. I'll stretch that out a couple times a day. And so, but that's, I don't use the toe spreaders. I have them. They sent them to me from Earth Runners. Maybe I'll use them. I just don't like using a lot of external stuff. And so also, can you speak a little on the Shilajit as in the pineal clear? Is it for everybody? So the pineal clear has the Shilajit, which has humic and fulvic acids. This also has a few herbs. The Haritaki herb is also great for the brain. It's very bitter. I'll tell you one thing. My mother loves my work, but it's not like she's a devout student or anything. But when she requests products, they must work. And she just requested re-upping on the pineal clear and the super amino 23 and the tart cherry juice. And so it's excellent for decalcifying the pineal gland, getting fluoride, chlorine, all that garbage out of the brain. This one needs a little shake up. Shilajit sticking to the side. Take another drop. I like megadosing on herbs, then you know where your threshold is. Last time I did this, I had an amazing dream that night, very vivid. So clear up the pineal gland so you can have that inner vision. All right, more questions. Have you tried using a castor oil pack to detox? I have, and I have the glass bottle, and somebody sent me a really high quality organic cotton patch that I can wear on the liver. And I can't say that I've gotten tons of great results. Um, I have noticed movement in it. I haven't done it regularly enough. Any health practice, I like to drill down to bedrock, have some form of expertise before I really talk on it. I know that people get great results from it, and I recommend it. I just don't have a lot of experience. Any knowledge or information that I'm sharing online is going to come direct experience. That's where my confidence comes from. But the research behind it, it's an age-old technique, and I do recommend it. I do have castor oil. I do put it on my eyes. I put it in my from time to time. I add DMSO, and it's supposed to be excellent for breaking down stones and stagnation inside the liver. So I recommend it. I just don't have as much experience with it. Do you recommend swallowing chia seeds to kill parasites? Well, I do. So I've done it. I like it. I don't eat papaya all the time. I do. I take a big scoop of them and I crunch them up. And they're bitter, man. I'm sure critters don't like that stuff, right? And so, but I flush the Super Cleanse R and do the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation, which comes Super Cleanse R at least twice a year. And those herbs are very strong and bitter, and they kick out the parasites. And so, how do you have stability in these times of a collapsed economy and job market? Well, I build my own stability. So I'm an entrepreneur, and I use business as part of my spiritual vehicle. And so, for me to be better, do better, I must become better. And any blockages that I have in my meditation principles and my creation principle, I utilize for my own spiritual development. And so, and I also practice right lively. There's many people that I teach or students of mine or people that I've been friends with over the years, even when I was living in Los Angeles, and I would hang out at the Agape Spiritual Center, and there was a lot of black entertainers there, and so I noticed, it's all spiritual on Sunday, but then I'd see them on Monday, and they'd be in a McDonald's commercial, and I think that that is sacrilegious, in my humble opinion, because we know how destructive these corporations can be and how much poison that they are feeding, especially to the children. If you look at Happy Meals, and so I don't think that's the best use of uh, my instrument, my body temple of God. And so I've done my best for the past 20 years as an entrepreneur to do right life. And so good for the goose, good for the gander, organic nutrition. Everybody's got to eat in this weirdo economy. So I work with the Purium products for the last 13 years. 7 years I worked with the Amazon Herb Company. This company right here is a plastic-free company. Find me one other plastic-free company, much less a plastic-free company in the food space. And so we used to have big bottles that would carry the liquid sunshine. And we don't have anything. This is made out of hemp, tree sap, and bamboo. And so if you want to get your entrepreneurial game on, become a wellness warrior, join my team with me. We offer training. Look, working for someone else is hard. Working yourself is hard. Owning your own business is hard. Becoming an entrepreneur where you have passive income and residual income is hard. Working for other people is working for your own business. A lot of people think they want a brick and mortar place, a pizza parlor, a beauty salon, a barber shop, etc. These are good ideas and very good services, good services to the community. However, bricker, you end up being a slave to the brick and mortar. So becoming an entrepreneur and learning how to create passive income, and you can do that with Purium and my team on the Wellness Warriors. It's not easy, but what in life is, right? Life is difficult, and that is the spiritual fodder that you utilize to grow. And so, what's more rewarding than creating something from nothing? For being your own person, being your own boss, owning your own business, owning your own life, having enough time and money to do what you want when you want to do it. I've always been successful, been able to make, $500, $1,000 a month, like straight out of the gate. However, it took me 13 years to crack the code of passive income, mailbox money, building a large team. And so it's not easy, but it's extremely rewarding. And there's three things that people come to a direct sales business for. And the first is community. And we have an incredible community with the Purium, with my team, the Wellness Warriors. Uh, the second part that people come into this business, people think they just come into it for the money. The part they come in for is personal development, who you become and go starting your own business, owning your own business. Ultimately, if you want the passive income, residual income, you're going to have to become a better leader, to become a better person. And I've reached plateaus in my business here to get the world healthy because I live in the world, right? And I came out of the Amazon when I was working with an herbal company there, and I saw the destruction of the rainforest. I felt a huge responsibility. And so everything you see on the internet 20 years ago, starting on YouTube, all the thousands of videos I've made is to help this process. My mission is to raise human consciousness uh, and change all systems, right? All systems. I mean that, right? And my vision is clean air, water, soil, and equitable systems for all mankind in my lifetime. I know going through the spiritual process, you must begin within. To become better, to become excellent, you must start with yourself. I had to clean up my life from being an alcoholic, party animal, doing drugs and alcohol, getting arrested, having all sorts of emotional problems. I've had to grow to become a better business person, to become a better father, to become a better human. What worked when I grew up on the street as a child, uh, speaking up for myself, being angry, that doesn't serve me in my 50s and 60s. So I've had to do a lot of deep spiritual work, shadow work on myself. Meditation has been one of the best things for me. And so, and I kind of got off the path the last 20 years in my entrepreneurial journey. And I hit a wall in this last year. And a lot of my anger was coming up, frustration, burning through a lot of cash, being off. And, is there some kind of victim consciousness in me? What am I to attract that? Right? I had to go deeper because I am creating my own reality. And being in business for myself helped me, it drove me to be better. And so I found my way back to Vipassana back in September. And my anxiety and fear has basically vaporized, right? I practice silent meditation 2 hours a day now. I've sat 2 10-day courses in silence with Vipassana in the last in the last 6 months, and it's changed my life. And if it was a business, my family, I probably would have done this, right? And so I'm an addictive personality. It's easy for me to get out of balance. Also, the meditation recently has helped me with caffeine, which is another drug that causes problems in my life and other lives. Jason Christoff has a whole program on this. And so being an entrepreneur, be business for myself, but not by myself, has really helped me grow extensively. So I encourage anyone that wants to join me in business. Carrie can help you with that process. You can send me a DM. Practitioner, you want to have organic products for your clients, for sure. Join me in business. I'm here to change the world. And again, this company is a plastic-free company. These are hemp, tree sap, and bamboo. You put them in your garden, and they will compost within 2 years. David Sandoval is a visionary that started this company. Join us in business, guys. Join us in business. Martial arts keeps me centered, so I don't let the rage loose. That's why I do the qigong and my own, martial arts, yoga, etc., movement as medicine. And my friend Holt, Savage and Saint, follow him. He's an amazing man. He was a bruiser. He grew up in Philadelphia. He was a bouncer, and and a very violent human being, and he meditation, Vipassana meditation as well. And he teaches meditation, he teaches martial arts. Um, this man's not to be fucked with. He's both savage and saint, right? And you want to tame the savage in you to be of service to people. And so abstinence helps. I want people to. Awesome. Right livelihood is very important. All right. A couple more questions. And again, if you guys want to do the group cleanse, the spring cleanse with this group, the ultimate lifestyle transformation, you can add some of the other products, the heavy metal detox that I went over earlier. You could do the Dr. Schultz's liver flush at the same time, concurrently with the ultimate lifestyle transformation. You can add more or just do the ultimate lifestyle transformation. I've helped 60,000 people go through this. It's 100% satisfaction guaranteed. $13 a day, change your life. My average client loses my average client 5 pounds in the first 30 days. Most of that's water weight and inflammation, but it'll clear that out. And so do you recommend, no, let's see. Morning salt and water. I do lemon, key lime. I love to get the green juice in the morning. Yes, I do all sorts of flushes. I do the lemon, I do baking soda and apple cider. This is a good kidney flush. Get the kidneys working. And so, guys, can you tell us about your glasses and why you wear them? These are the blue blockers from Raw Optics. They help with non-native synthetic lighting, especially in the gym. I work on the computers. These things are flickering, and it's an excellent way to balance out your hormones and sleep. And so that's why I wear these glasses. Thanks for sharing your story, similar background, overcoming drugs and alcohol. Awesome, Sean. Thanks for sharing. A lot of people that are on drugs and alcohol are very sensitive beings, intuitive, psychic, sensitive, ADHD. These are gifted people, gifted children. And then there's not a lot of outlet in society. And so the outlets that we have are the self-medication, the drugs, the alcohol, the psych meds, all these things, but these things have been dead end roads over time. I used to calm my nervous system with alcohol. And so, okay, we're Federate, lots of heavy lifting and walking. Is doing the ULT a bad idea while still working 5 days a week? Carmichael, I recommend getting on the ultimate lifestyle transformation because 20 days of it is a lifestyle. The other 10, intensive cleanse. And if you start on a weekend when you're not working, you can acclimate yourself to it. And I've had entrepreneurs that travel on planes do the ultimate lifestyle transformation. This comes with all the fruitables and protein the body needs, nutrient dense material. You can live on this as a FedEx delivery driver. And so I highly recommend this, not just for the cleanse, but for daily superfood nutrition. It'll change your life, 100% guaranteed. I've helped so many people start living very vibrant lives when they put these superfood nutrients into their body. And so got away from alcohol than I ever made. Usually alcohol has to do with mineral imbalances. Again, people aren't getting the proper nutrition. They're out of balance. They self-medicate with commercial cigarettes, alcohol, drugs, over-the-counter drugs, porn, all sorts of scrolling, anything to get the dopamine. All right, I think that's enough, guys. If you have any questions, send me if you want to talk with someone directly, text Carrie 310-901-4666. And so everything I offer, 100% satisfaction guaranteed. All are good for the goose, good for the gander. Plastic free. You want to support a plastic free company for sure, right? How many other companies that you know out there in the world that went plastic free? Zero. I don't know any. I know them. Drop a comment in the box. Send me a DM. I want to support them. I do have a smart order set up with the Core 4, but was wondering about the full cleanse. Yeah, Carmichael, awesome. I'm curious how that's helping. I'm sure it is great. If you're on a smart order, you're taking the Core 4 every month. So doing the 10-day intensive, yeah, just start on a weekend where you have a couple days off, acclimate yourself to it. You can have the flex foods. You can have an extra power shake. Once you start working, doing FedEx delivery, that's a lot of physical labor. And so time it when you have more time off, because fasting is also good when you turn off your phone, lie down, take naps, rest more, take Epsom salt baths, etc. And so do it all. Reset the body at least a couple times a year, Carmichael. And thank you so much for your business. I really appreciate that. He takes 5 to 6 aminos every day, along with 1 power shake and 2 biomedics a day. Awesome. And how does that make you feel? Again, thank you guys all for tuning in. God bless you. I appreciate you. I'm here to help any way I can. I've got plenty of free stuff on my website. Carrie's happy to help you. I have a beautiful team of human beings: Barbaro, Harry, Curtis, Adam. I have an online community. You're welcome to join us over there. Many people changing their lives. True real natural health, not bullshit, right? Feeling pretty good, stronger, I must say. Okay, there you go. Carmichael with a testimonial from Purium Superfoods. Taking the Amino Plus Power Shake first thing in the morning is really great. Awesome. That's what I've been doing for 13 years. I encourage everyone out there to get healthy, stay healthy, raise your frequency and vibration, and get out there and help others. We're going to make it, guys. Don't worry about anything. We're going to make it. All this political nonsense, geopolitical, oil burning, industrial waste, poisoning of the commons. Humanity, guys, humanity makes it. Hold the faith, right? And you're aligned with the other psycho chickens of cyberspace. So God bless you guys. We'll see you soon.